Hello and welcome to day 4 of this amazing event. And I am flanked on both sides by two amazing women who are obviously, the center of attraction for this awesome sort of 4-day summit that we've had. So we're on day 4. So, it's in my opinion, I mean, when you're sort of right at the end of an amazing summit that has actually been taking place the last 4 days, it is really hard sometimes to keep up to expectations, but we will try our level best to make this morning show a bit of a success. We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll try and basically explain to you what's going to happen for the rest of the day. What are the different sessions that you want to look out for? Who are the different specialists that you'd like to definitely not miss, so to speak. But, without further ado, though, I mean, it is our pleasure, it is Charu's and my pleasure to basically bring on board the amazing Andrea, whose vision it was. And this is the reason as to why we wanted to actually we're supposed to go on live in about 6 minutes from now. But we told her, hey, listen, why don't we just have a chat and basically interview you on the morning show. So your thoughts, Charu, before we pass the mic to Andrea.
Wow, very good morning and good evening to a whole global community there. Such a nice experience to be in the show, and I'm so looking forward for today. Today's the last session. I'm still not believe it. 3 days have passed away, and it was amazing learning, participating, and being able to listen to all wonderful leaders across the globe. So, Andrea, the power lady, here we are. And then, how are you feeling? My first question goes to you.
I will be honest as always, I'm super tired.
Must be challenging because amazing hard work you have done and the way you have done up the whole show. In fact, the empowerment is a theme. And it's not only empowerment on the physical sense, it's like physical empowerment, health empowerment, mindset empowerment. That's the real value of empowerment, which everybody has to understand. And I really wish that this session has to reach out to many people across the globe, because if people are listening properly to every show, I'm sure we can improve the world in much better way, particularly in present challenging situations. So yes, people get excited for today. And yes, Youssef.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And see that, and I think you've said it really, really well. And it just reminds me a couple of months ago when Andrea and we first connected on LinkedIn, and we had a Zoom call, and Andrea sort of basically came up with this idea for this summit, and we had a discussion about it. And she was like, what do you think? I think, do you think it's a good idea? And this is what my vision is, etc. And I have to commend her, because it's something to have a vision, but the main element is basically to align your actions to basically your purpose and your mission and your vision, and that's what she's done. I mean, she had a vision for like a 2-day summit, if I remember correctly, with like maybe 10 speakers or 15 speakers. And now we've got like a 4-day summit, which starts at 7 a.m. Malaysian time, which is GMT +8. It ends at 1 a.m. in the morning. 4 days in a row. We've got speakers and specialists from 25 countries around the world. And over 108 sessions. More than 1,000 people participating from all over the world who are registered. But, I love one thing, Andrea, is like you've kept it open for everyone to come in and join us based on whether they've seen someone, one of their friends actually attending and got that notification, etc. So that's actually really, really amazing. And, for you to being able to provide so much value to people around the world, especially, in today's day and age where empowerment, it can seem like a bit of a buzzword, right? And people are like, what is empowerment? People are just using it because it's like the fad, the hashtag's amazing, etc., blah, blah, blah. You're trying to do something, but, what is the actual impact that you're having? And that is what people should focus on. So, Andrea, so you need to tell us, do you think that this is something you had anticipated, expected when you started on this journey for this summit, or has it way exceeded your expectations? Were there certain things which basically you feel that you could do better, certain things that you feel that you had done differently, perhaps? Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, so I have to say that I didn't expect to be so big. I never expected to get 108 experts, and even the 1,000, it was in my dream. So the basic goal was 100 experts and 1,000
Mhm.
participants. So that was reached. And then when we got to 1,200 participants, I was like, all right, that's maybe better. And then you mentioned that I kept it open, right? So that was an idea actually that was coming from Tin Media Prashan from Malaysia.
Mhm.
He is doing these summits online via StreamYard, and he told me, Andrea, but your goal is to reach everyone. So why do you keep it like on a platform, right? I
Mhm.
was like, all right, but people are expecting a virtual summit to be at one place, and they expect it. And I got the feedbacks also via email, Andrea, I cannot find the platform to log in. And I was like, yeah, sorry, we changed the mind, because all the way during the preparation, how I kept myself, it was like, keep it open. No matter what happens, I'm a dancer, I'm an artist, so go with the flow, because I
Mhm.
believe in improvisation. So whenever you do something, you just improvise on the way, and it will get better and better. And you also told me like what can I do better, right? During this
Mhm.
day, for example, let's say Pauline's session yesterday in the morning, we did like a show where she was projected into the room, and the people were here in Malaysia, and there was a lag.
Mhm.
So whenever Pauline was answering, there was a stopping, right? In the
Mhm.
afternoon, we solved the problem. Because one of the experts told me, okay, I will have my mobile phone on my ear, so they hear
Mhm.
the exact way how when they speak, so they can react. So it didn't disrupted the thing. So I think that's the magic of doing something that you don't know, and trust the people that they will come up with ideas. Or you were sending me a lot of tips about StreamYard and all these things, and that helped me a
Always a
lot.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Always a
so
pleasure.
everyone
Always a
was
pleasure.
like this, and this is because this is the success is from all the people who contribute and who
Mhm.
reflect, and that will empower others. So for me, the empowerment message here is to be there for
Yep.
yourself and others, and don't be afraid to say negative things or feedbacks or anything, because when you do that, we learn from it. So I always tell to someone, I'm not getting offended from negative feedback or anything, because
No, feedback is feedback,
I
right?
love
And that's the
feedback
main
feedback,
thing.
is
definitely.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
learning. It's
perfect.
learning.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly. So I
Absolutely.
let you do your session. You
My
still want to
question,
share?
Absolutely.
Andrea. One question from me, Andrea. How the idea came? How you thought about it? How? What was that moment? Please share with us, please.
Sorry, Raj and Lenora, the previous sessions, they are just leaving the studio, so I was saying hi to them. So the idea was coming when I was in Brazil, when I got stranded out of Malaysia for 4 months, and I couldn't come back. And the problem was that my only problem was that I was feeling very badly. It was that I cannot go home to my own home. I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
restricted to enter back. But
I
otherwise,
remember you shared that time we had a discussion. I remember that.
exactly.
Yeah, it was really tough.
Very, very tough, but otherwise it was good, because I was so inspired being at other places, seeing other people again, and pushed to something again out of my comfort zone, and everyone was calling me frustrated, sad, and everything, and I was like, how did this happen? And
Mhm.
why I feel like so inspired, and my horizon just opened and the people are suffering. So I was like, I have to give something to them so that they feel the same, that this is
Wow.
just the power of change. This is
Yep.
just a new beginning. This is just, we had to switch because there is some problems in society, in the world, and we are pushed to change, and the world is
Mhm.
ready, but we
Mhm.
have to start something together to do the
Well
change.
said.
So yeah, that
Beautiful.
was it.
Beautiful. Fantastic,
Well
definitely
said.
fantastic, and awesome work done by you. And let's make it visible to everybody across the globe. We should be working together to create the visibility for this, because Facebook is amazing and we can watch anytime. That's a beauty. So let's work towards that, friends.
Yes, share the post and share
Share,
the live.
share. That's
Yeah.
something, yeah, we should be
All
doing.
right, I will leave you here and enjoy your session. Enjoy the session with Joseph and Charu. They are here with you, and they are sharing their view on empowerment. And see you
Sure.
guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Andrea.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Charu. I think those were some really, really amazing questions. Firstly, would love to actually thank everyone who's joining in from around the
Yes.
world. I can see a few names here. Ampusam, Margaret, Pauline. So thank you so much for joining us, from Bahamas, from other parts of the world. Really appreciate you taking the time out, especially on a Saturday night for those of you on the other side of the world and those of you on this side of the world on a Sunday morning. So really appreciate the time that you've taken out. Exactly.
True,
so
very true.
And that's so important. But I'm gonna start off the session because y'all have just had the last 10 minutes or so, which is like completely something which wasn't expected, because both of us, Charu and I, we were both backstage and we were like, let's go live, and we were like, well, Andrea, you're here. Let's start off with you, because this was your brainchild, so to speak, and we are on this 4th day today. And it's been an amazing summit. It's been an amazing few days, from day 1 to day 4. Y'all have had, experts, specialists from different parts of the world, coming in and teaching you how to dance, how to do yoga, how to cook.
We have the cook,
Exactly. How to cook. We've spoken about, mindset, mental health, youth issues,
leadership,
business transformation.
I love the leadership share. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, leadership elements, branding, marketing, you name it. I think, if you go back to the website and just scroll through all the different sort of topics that have been covered by all the specialists from around the world, you will definitely find something that you can definitely resonate with. And the best thing is, just go back to the YouTube channel, or just go back to Andrea's Facebook and just click on the link, and you can watch it at any time. You can watch it over and over again. The videos are there for perpetuity. So, you can refer back to it. But really appreciate all the amazing support that each and every one of you has provided for this summit over the last 4 days. So, Charu, how was your experience in the last couple of days? When you tuned in to watch a few of the different shows, so to speak.
Wonderful. I am amazed, Youssef, the way it has been arranged, the way she has planned out, and every time some surprise was there for me. And I planned my all 3 days like that in between I was peeping in and checking out what's happening now, and I was so excited. Particularly the segments which covered the women folk. I am amazed the way sharing has happened by various leaders, and particularly about the leadership. The creative leadership element was amazingly discussed, which has to be spread out across the globe. And the segment which there were ladies who have started again in their life at a little later stage of life. That was so inspiring to see. And this has to be shared across the globe, that age is not the factor, and people can start anytime with same passion and energy. So here we are. Andrea has done such a beautiful work, sharing all the segments which are required for empowerment, whether it's a physical health or mindset health, or for your leadership, or for your business marketing, or for your business-related topics. Amazingly, she has done all the shows, and I will repeat the same words which you are sharing, that people, you should visit pages, the Facebook page, the YouTube page, and share. Because it's our duty, because we know that this knowledge is so empowering, and it has to be shared with as many people across the globe, so that they can really get the mindset shift in life. And as she mentioned, as Andrea mentioned, that yes, starting of something new in life. So let's begin this with a new thing in life, and we have all the elements to start fresh and have some achievements in life.
No, precisely. And, I think what Andrea touched upon as well, it's so amazing, right? You wouldn't be even expecting an event like this on this scale, so to speak, even 10 years ago. Forget 10 years ago, even 5 years ago.
5 years ago,
I mean, this is something people would be like, no, that's not possible. Especially, sitting at home, you need to go to a dedicated studio, etc. And, out here, people are coming in from all parts of the world. And, that actually brings to me, I mean, today is the 4th of October. And, a lot of people who follow me on LinkedIn know that, I like my little sort of anecdotes and musings and do my little bit of research, etc. So, I mean, interestingly, today, in 1957, which is the 4th of October 1957, was when Sputnik 1 was launched by the USSR, or the former USSR, which was the first artificial satellite which orbited the Earth, which basically was the first element towards a space race, so to speak, between the US and Russia, which brought about a huge change in the world of technology. So interestingly, on this very day, when which is the last day for this amazing summit, was when Sputnik 1 was launched. So many years ago, like 53 years ago, if my math isn't 63 years ago, my bad. So anyways, so a very interesting
I
element.
would say yes, we'll remember this.
No, I searched for it. I'm not going to take credit. It was way before I was born. So I searched for it, and Google's your best friend sometimes, right? And another thing which a lot of people may not be aware of is like a lot of us know that the calendar that we follow, right?
Yeah.
Is the Gregorian calendar that every country around the world follows. It was the Julian calendar before, after Julius Caesar, but after that it became the Gregorian calendar. And interestingly, the Gregorian calendar was also adopted on this day in the year 1582. So
interesting.
Very interesting. These are some really interesting facts that I found out online when I was searching for the 4th of October, so to speak. But do we have an amazing session planned today for each and every one of you guys? I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that all of you have basically sort of jiggled away all the sort of the cramps and the stresses and strains with the bachata power that you had in the morning, as well as the 360, as well as the 360 workout with Lenora and Raj. So I mean, those were sessions I'm sure all of you all loved. So thank you so much for joining in. However, we've got some awesome sessions coming up, and you definitely wouldn't want to miss out on those. So, I mean, coming up next is a very, very close friend of mine, Brian Schulman, all the way from San Diego, who I actually consider to be like, LinkedIn furniture. So, I mean, he specializes in voicing your vibe. He was a top voice for a few years on LinkedIn. He's a board member. He's a content creator. He's going to be talking about positive marketing and how to make this world a better place through your brand with positive marketing. So you definitely don't want to miss out the session. And following that, we are going to be actually talking about something which a lot of us parents at this present moment, are focusing on, which is home-based learning. How to make that a lot more interesting, per se, and make it more interactive with our children, etc. We've got Cheryl with her from who's one of the 100 most inspirational LinkedIn icons of Malaysia who you should follow in this year. She's a moderator, and she basically shows individuals how they can unravel their potential and transform that. In other words, I love how she says that she's an impact driver, and that's what we should all sort of try and focus on. Try and make an impact on people around us. And she will be joined by Jagatheeswaran Manoharan, who basically is a support catalyst. He's a board member of Nasaga, and he's a business simulation designer. And they're going to be talking about real world scenarios with regards to the new way of learning, which is homeschool and remote school learning. What else do we have on? What else do we have on show after that?
Next two sessions are going to be amazing, Youssef. It's focused on the youth section. So we have the Curious Youth section, which is going to be handled by Angelo Terhas, who is the founder of Future Summit Online. So do check out, friends. And after that, we have the Creative Youth. The session will be handled by Kushmi Nangelia from KL. And she's the marketing strategist, and she's a women leader, quite famous across the globe. And she's doing some amazing work. We know that how vibrant is Kushbu, and I'm sure this show is going to be exciting and quite impactful on the youth section by her venture Salt and Peppers. So do look out for that session, friends.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think none of these sessions are something you can miss. And just, following up after that, you are going to be actually joined on stage by the CEO of RHB Trust from Malaysia. You'll be joined on stage by Dato Nick, who will be teaching you how to cook. And, it is, how to become the empowered cook. So, see, this is something which I love about the summit, and Andrea has brought out these different elements from, all of us, which is very different to sometimes what we do professionally. And that is what brings out the whole empowerment. It's not just about empowering women or empowering men. The first thing that we should all look at doing is empowering ourselves. And that is to bring out our inner potential to other people around us. And that's the only way you can actually not just make a change to yourself, to society, to other people around you. So, I'm going to be looking out for that session, with basically cooking with a dato. So, definitely look out for it. That sounds to be very, very interesting. And following that, we will be talking, we'll be welcoming Jagatiswaran Manoharan from Selangor, Malaysia once again, who will be talking about change perspectives. So, how you can empathize and put yourself into another person's shoes and see things from the eyes. It's so important. We talk about empathy, we talk about being there for your clients, for your business associates, etc. How to lead with empathy. So definitely, you do not want to miss out that session as well. Just so that if we have confused you, which we wanted to from the very beginning with regards to all the different sessions, just make sure you go to What Women Want, webinars. I'm sure I'm going to request Andrea, who's backstage, to put out the link once again, so that if you've misplaced it, at least you can just at a glance have a look at the schedule that we have on for today. So what do we have next, Charu?
We have the storytelling time. I'm so looking forward for this session. This is Empowering Generations Through Storytelling. And we have wonderful Gina, Mofe, and KKG Dim. So what's the intention? Listen to stories that inspire and motivate and be part of the movement. That is empowering generations through storytelling. So yes, as we know, Youssef, how important is storytelling and what impact it can create. So this session is a must, definitely, to see how we can really inspire others by a proper storytelling way. And the next session will be very empowering for couples, which is talking about the relationship taboos. Yes, we have two power couples, Wasim Debosi and Gina Debosi, and Alan and Dr. Mariam Khan, they will be talking about those topics which we don't discuss normally in the normal lives. So see how we can remove that taboo, and do check out the session, friends.
Absolutely. And following that, we obviously have the amazing session, which I really want to actually attend, because it's about empowering yourself through mindfulness and meditation. Now, a lot of men generally feel that meditation is a woo topic, right? And it's something that women look more into. But interestingly, some of these elements, I mean, I'm a big believer in music therapy, etc. So I'm looking forward to this session, with we have it with Sophie Anjavara from the Netherlands, and she will be having on board with her Ina Pendit, who is a Balinese healer. She looks into Reiki healing and pranic healing and attunement, intuitive reading and guidance. So it's going to be a really, really interesting session for sure. And following that, we've got 3 power women, quite literally, talking about, Mind the Gap Society launch. Now, what is Mind the Gap Society launch? No idea. Okay.
No idea.
Because this is something which has been kept under wraps, and it's going to be really, really amazing. So, join Nasua Browning from Malaysia, who's a brand coach and content strategist. She'll be joined by Nalisha McComb, who's the founder of Mind the Gap and founder and CEO of La Petite from Singapore. And she will also be joined by Vanita Krishnasamy, who is a PR visionary, brand storyteller, a big picture thinker, etc., who's also based in Kuala Lumpur. So that's going to be an amazing session with 3 power women, which you don't want to miss.
Wow, I'm so looking forward. Then we have social stigmas. We have 4 wonderful people who get rid of your biases and prejudices, listen to and overcome social stigmas about deformity and disability, and experts will be sharing their personal experiences. So we will be having Terry Ghani, international keynote and TEDx speaker, personal development and branding, and corporate reimaging and humanitarian. And we have other people who will be sharing wonderful sharing from their experience, Sui Cap, Nara Abu Hassan, and Tariq Ghani. So I'm sure this is going to be quite enlightening session for everybody. And then wonderful topic is coming, which is making your dream future self a reality. Everybody wants that. and how we can make our vision as a reality for future. So let's learn from a self-leadership coach, Mary Dancer, who will take to a journey through time to reveal your authentic self. That will be so empowering. So I'm sure she will be going amazing. She will be sharing amazing tips and techniques. So do check out that session, friends.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, right towards the end of it, if you thought that, today was absolutely packed in with so much value, well, wait for what's coming up next. You've got five specialists from 5 different countries, from
Amazing.
Malaysia, from the US, from Australia, from the Philippines,
Yep.
as well as from the United Kingdom. So we will be, and the second last session, so to speak, for the day is basically something which a lot of people are worrying about. Is how they can basically empower their business identity moving forward. This is something for everyone to attend, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a business leader, you're looking at pivoting, you're looking at doing something on your own, you can set up your own business, etc. So how you can allow your business to thrive while also elevating others. So there will be sections where we'll be talking about collaborations and the importance of that, etc., and how to make sure that your business identity is being put forward in the most effective manner to your target audience. So you will be joined by my brother from another mother, Joy Abdullah, from Malaysia, who is absolutely fantastic at what he does. He's one of the very few people who I accede to when it comes to marketing. He will be joined by Olga Kovtun, who is, she's a volunteer at Alatra TV, and she designs marketing infused websites and visual branding and how to make sure that you get your point across. They will be joined by a very good friend of mine, Derek Mildred from Melbourne, who specializes in basically discovering how you can use social media to make sure that eyeballs are on you and your business. That's very, very important. He's a specialist LinkedIn coach, etc. as well. Then they will be joined by Janelle Dominique Swing, who is a social media strategist who helps passion-driven entrepreneurs build their brands online with social media. And the last but not the least, there will be Celeste, who is an award-winning trademark specialist who helps ambitious entrepreneurial people protect their highly valuable work. And she'll be tuning in from the United Kingdom. So that's going to be an amazing session you don't want to meet. And following that, the last session that we have for today, which is a very, very important session in my opinion, which is sexism and gender issues, which will be a closed session. So there will be. So we request each and every one of you to join in, and don't be worried. It's not going to be publicized. It's not going to be published across social media. It's where you'll have some specialists who we have not yet told you, because it's something which is completely behind the scenes, so to speak. We will be discussing their own personal struggles, their own stories, and how they can inspire you or impact you in a positive manner. So that's definitely something which you don't want to miss out on. So, and we've got a gate crasher here once again. So I'm gonna push her away, but never mind. But I think and hopefully it's going to be an amazing day. Day 4, it has to end with a bang, right? So that you're looking forward to the next session. And Charu, we have a very special event. Before before the curtain falls. Tell us a bit more about that.
Oh, after the last segment will be the goodbye session by Andrea, and we have to look what she is there to share with us. Before the party is there. That's a surprise element. The party will be there, but that's particularly for people who are in Malaysia. But I think we can enjoy virtually. Will you be sharing the snippets, Andrea?
We will do some highlights, yes. We will
Wonderful.
do some highlights, and we will log in live so that you can have a little bit of feel. I think people here are a little bit more conscious about, COVID and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
It's small. Not everyone can do it, and a lot of people have kids, so they have schools on Mondays. But we will have a small group gathering, and we will do some dancing, and we have Harry with us. We will do a little bit of bachata at Joke Factory in Malaysia, and I'm really thankful for Job Factory because they shouldn't be open on Sunday, but they open for us through the Mind the
Awesome.
Gap. So that's the power of connections, because Mind the Gap and
Absolutely.
Malaysia, they connected me with the owner Jasmine, and then they opened for us. So that's
Wonderful.
amazing.
So we're
That's
so looking
fantastic. That's
forward.
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just wanted to answer Ampusam's question. So, what time's the last session? It will be starting a bit late in the evening. But what I would definitely request you to do is, like, if you scroll a little bit up, please go to whatwomenwantworkshops.com.
Yes.
You will find all the local timings in Malaysia, and just do a quick time converter, which will give you the time in your own local time if you're not based in Malaysia. Ampusam, but thank you so much for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to you joining and sharing all these sessions across your social media and with all your friends in your network.
Awesome.
And thank
Looking
you.
forward.
Now it's my time to say thank you for you guys for waking up and
Pleasure.
doing this session, being
Our
on time
pleasure.
and everything. I'm really thankful for you.
Our pleasure.
No, absolutely.
and
It's been an absolute
something
pleasure.
I wanted to mention also, Joseph, that without the experts who are so enthusiastic about the project, and they are coming all the time on time, and we all do this together, I couldn't do it. So I would say a big thank you and a big hug, send a virtual hug to all the experts on board, because I know it's hard. I know everyone is busy, and I have people who are like, oh, sorry, Andrea, I was like running around and I couldn't get back to you because of the business. But I know, because everyone is struggling now and running after their business, right? But you are still here, you are still volunteering, and I think that's amazing that you came and you are on board. So thank you very much for all the experts participating and all the audience who are watching this session. So
yes, thanks to them. Definitely thanks to them. Thank you so much for having
Couldn't
us.
agree
Thank
more.
you, Andrea.
Couldn't agree more. As they say, any summit, it is only regarded to be an absolute success because of the amazing people who've attended it, right? So a big thanks to each and every one of you. But it would never have been possible without it being the brainchild of the amazing Andrea Zapka. So thank you very much, Andrea, for bringing us all together. I'm sure it was like herding cats, quite literally. Trying to sort of deal with 108 people from around the world. Oh my God! I mean, I wouldn't put the number through that.
Time zones were tough.
Absolutely. Time zones, different personalities, etc. It just shows. But that just shows, Andrea, that you've not just empowered other people who've been attending the summit, but you've also empowered all of us to basically have that notion that yes, if we have the intention to work together, we can. So thank you once again to everyone who's watching,
Thank you so much.
handing it back to you and Charu. Charu, it's been a pleasure, obviously, to present this session with you. And stay blessed. And Andrea, have a fantastic day ahead. Looking forward to tuning in throughout the day to tune into some of these amazing sessions.
Thank you for the morning news. Thank you, Charu. Have a beautiful day.
Andrea. Same to you. Same to you. Bye-bye.
It began with a bold vision to build KL Metropolis, a development that would establish a new international trade and exhibition district in Malaysia, built in partnership with the government by Naza Group's property arm, Naza TTDI. The crown jewel of this grand vision is the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre, the preferred international destination for exhibitions and events. Like the fine gold and silver threads of the Songket weave that inspired its facade design, MyTech is the embodiment of refined craftsmanship, creativity, and precision. As Malaysia's largest exhibition centre, MyTech's functional spaces are unprecedented. Primed for exceptional displays, surrounded by state-of-the-art facilities and amenities. This iconic structure affirms a commitment to innovative excellence. It is a showpiece of engineering ingenuity. an enduring icon built for a new Malaysian era of success.